But all right, we do have a YouTube comment.
This is from Skylar Taylor.
8 months ago.
8 months ago. Sorry, I can't see it highlighted. It says, anyone can sing, except you, Peter. You can't sing.
Nope.
Nope.
Anyone could sing. No, you can't.
You can't.
Sir?
And also, not anyone can sing.
Yeah.
That is just across the board
That's
incorrect.
Just
Bring me to karaoke, you will see.
Spirit Squad captain.
Peter? For bringing the band together? I don't know. I feel like nobody was good.
Spinner. Just for being Spinner.
Just because he was a delight? Yeah. That's good. I'll go Spinner.
Because Spinner kind of like pushed them to find their sound and to not be shitty.
That's
so I'm
true.
just going to give it to him.
Plus, he was funny.
Yeah.
He was in both parts.
Exactly. Ship? I guess Darcy and Spinner. No, not Darcy. Darcy and Peter.
I'm going to go Spinner and Jane.
Yeah,
They weren't like overly mentioned, but I like that like Jane knows Spinner well enough to be like, Spinner would like this band that she doesn't know he's
that
in.
He's in. And moral of the episode. Don't do anything that you don't get pressured into doing things that you don't want to do, I guess.
Don't be dishonest.
Don't blackmail people.
I feel like blackmail and forgery all falls into a dishonesty category.
Yeah. All right. That's good with me. Do we have any grapevine?
For sure. So we have a tweet from Kirsten at Feline Garbage, which is, by the way, an amazing handle, who says, IMDb shows Jay and Manny as appearing in an episode of the new season of Next Class. Just saying. That's a good sign.
I'm ready.
Winky face, hard eyes face. Agreed. That's amazing. But then you mentioned that also Toby and JT are listed.
Yeah.
How
the fuck is JT gonna come back in a dream sequence? Like, what is happening?
Very confusing.
Has he been in witness protection this whole time? Drake is in jail. Like, we don't need that.
Like, what's happening? It's very confusing. I don't understand why it's happening. But more questions. Sorry, just one more question. And I know that you can't answer it, but I just need to think about it out loud. Ryan Cooley, that's who plays JT? That's his name? Yeah. Ryan Cooley does not look the same. Like, no one does. They've all aged. It's been like over 10 years. But he like does not look the same. So if it is a dream sequence, he's not going to be like the same JT. Like, he's going to be an aged human. JT. Like, unless
it's like they're using stock footage from before and they have to credit him.
Oh, maybe.
You know?
That makes sense.
So it's like,
but then are they going to use stock footage of Manny and Jay? Because that would hurt my heart. And I want them to be in it.
I doubt it.
I don't know. But Kirsten, thank you for bringing that to our attention. It led to a really long thread of everyone being like, what the fuck is happening? And we're all excited.
Yep. We also have a couple emails. The first one is from Sarah, who had tweeted at us previously about having like a Papa Roach story. And that she would email us. Also, her subject line is Best Ship, Toby and Holly J. So without further ado, Sarah's Papa Roach story. So one time, I must have been middle school or early high school. We were at the emergency room. I have no idea how this conversation started, but my mom and I started talking to the lady next to us. She asked what kind of music I liked. She asked if I liked Papa Roach, and I said yes. Turned out she was the drummer's mom. I grew up pretty close to Vacaville, where they are from. Girl, I grew up near-ish to Vacaville. We are kind of neighbors. Sorry. She gets my address and ends up sending me like a signed EP from the band. Also, since I'm a pack rat, I'm 90% sure I still have it. I'll check tonight and I'll tweet it to you. She did tweet it to us, and it's wonderful.
It's really good.
Also, not... Oh, she also recommends a true crime thing. Also, not Degrassi related. In your last show, in the plugs, you were talking about the staircase and then owl theory. I haven't watched the movie yet, but there is this other great podcast that I listen to called Criminal. In the first episode, they were talking about this lady who got murdered, and they thought it was the husband, but like this one guy thought it was an owl and had this whole thing with like the feathers. I wonder if it's the same story. Probably. Or it would be weird if it were a different story.
It would be a crazy coincidence.
Yeah. But thank you, Sarah, for sending us a wonderful story about Papa Roach. I didn't know they were actually from Vacaville, though, but good to know.
Papa Roach.
Jacoby. And then we also, like we said earlier, we have an email from Jay in which we received the wonderful new theme song. And I will just read the whole thing. Hi, I'm Jay, and your podcast is really good. Thank you. I used to watch Degrassi in middle school, but I'm only a junior in high school currently, so I grew up with a different era of Degrassi than lots of other listeners, I think. Claire, Bianca, Drew, Adam, Imogen, all of these names to me are foreign except Claire. A few months ago...
I think I know who Adam is.
I feel like I've heard all of these names, but I could not tell you what they look like.
Imogen is completely new to me.
Yeah, I have no idea. A few months ago, I remembered how much I used to love Degrassi and started to watch it from the beginning. And I love podcasts, so I searched for Degrassi in the iTunes podcast store. And yours is the first that came up. That's good to know, too. I also discovered there's a surprising number of Degrassi podcasts, but I only listen to yours. There's one called Drunk Degrassi, and since you were both drunk during some of the recording sessions, your podcast is the best of both worlds. Anyway.
We should do a drunk one again soon.
We should.
Just when the mood strikes us.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's rosé season.
It totally is. Rosé all day. Anyway, early Degrassi is hilarious, and your podcast provides great commentary for the episodes. It's also fun to listen to you guys talk about Brooklyn, because I live here too, so I feel like an insider when you talk about the subway, the hipsters that live in Bed-Stuy, man buns. Thank you for introducing me to Babysitters Club. Please keep recording this into the later seasons of Next Class. Love, Jay. And then they say, P.S. Look, I made a thing, and it was the song, and it was great.
It was awesome. Jay, you're awesome.
So thank you for emailing us, Jay.
And thank you again for the theme song. And I also wanted
gift
to...
that keeps on giving.
Seriously. And also I wanted to plug your Tumblr, because you told me that you didn't have a music thing to plug. But I want to plug your Tumblr for you, because you said that was a thing.
Do it.
So let's do that. Okay. Sorry. So you don't really have any music to plug, but you said that we can plug your Tumblr, which is nocombat.justwombats.tumblr.com, which is a great name. And we will be plugging that like every episode until we die. So
yay.
Thank you again for the theme song.
Jay.
You're a super badass.
But if anybody else would like to be featured on the Grapevine segment, you can tweet at us at Degrassi Pod. We're on Instagram at Degrassi Pod. We're on Tumblr, whateverittakespodcast.tumblr.com. You can email us at whateverittakespodcast@gmail.com. We are on Spreaker, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're all over the place. And if you're on iTunes, if you would want to rate, review, and subscribe, that would be awesome. And if you leave us a review, we will make up a Degrassi-related fan fiction for you on the spot, on the show. So please do that and leave any preferences or whatever you want in there. Also, if you're not from America, please tweet us or email us screenshots of your review so we make sure that we get your fan fiction to you. We are also on Patreon. If you would like to donate to us there, that would be super awesome. We have cool prizes and perks like behind the scenes content and fan fictions and calling in on the show like Rebecca did last week. So check us out there too. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HollandTacular.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KelSucks with a Z at the end. And Holland, what do you want to tell the people to watch, listen to, read, whatever?
Well, I have been watching the newest season of Orange is the New Black this weekend in between moving into my new apartment. And I really like it so far, so I'm going to recommend that. What about you?
Very cool. I'm going to finish sending a work email, and then I'm going to tell you. Here we go.
Paying attention.
Literally dealing with a crisis. All right. Oh, I know. So I found, well, I didn't find, but I kind of found based on an article I read, there's a really good Twitter called Medieval Deathbot. And it's just this guy who like studies like medieval history, I guess. And he has like this like just monstrous archive of like obituaries in like medieval times, like doctors' books and newspapers and things. And it's so good. And like some of them are very dark and sad, but some of them are like just funny and like death by pig and like just like crazy shit. So medieval death bot if you're also dark and weird and like that kind of thing.
But that is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you for listening. Goodbye, Panthers.
Bye, Panthers.